second. Okay, I'm going to take some more questions, and I think, yeah, here we go. I think the, yeah, so please do not spam questions that are pinned. You'll just get muted or blocked. It just doesn't make sense, you know, to ask questions that can be answered by reading the pinned messages or just listening to this chat. All right, I'm going to take another call here. See who's had their hand up for a minute here. Crypto Dude, you are now allowed to speak. Please show me that you're unmuted.
Is the brand new token, like the price will be different?
Can you just say that a little bit more slowly?
Is this a whole brand new token?
Is this a whole? Yeah, it is BOG. It is BOG version 2. It's a migration. So pretty much, you know, a lot of things will be the same, and some things will be different. But it's going to be better and safer than ever. Okay. Again, I opened the chat up and people ask about the price. I'm going to answer the price question right now because it's going to keep getting asked. Nobody will know the price. Exactly. Okay. We can have some guesses, but here's what you need to know. Everybody is asking about the price in dollar value. The dollar value, we do not have a BUSD dollar value liquidity pool. We're going to have, and we have had a liquidity pool that's measured in BNB. Maybe this is news to some people, but this is how crypto works. If you have a liquidity pool, this is how DeFi works. If you have a liquidity pool of which the two underlying assets are BNB and your token, let's say BOG, the price will be related to the ratio of those two coins in the liquidity pool. So the price is dependent, one, on the ratio of the coins when people buy or sell, and two, the dollar price is dependent on the dollar value of BNB, okay? Because the whole chain runs on BNB. So because the price of BNB, the dollar price of BNB is fluctuating constantly, we do not know the exact price at launch or what it will be. But there will be fewer tokens, the distribution will be fairer, and we salvaged pretty much all the liquidity that existed at this time of snapshot, which had been steady for the whole entire day since the exploit. It was hovering between $1.5 and $2.2. Okay, I really would like to not have to keep answering the price question over and over again because I've answered it then, but I know it's okay. I have compassion for people. New people are coming in the chat and asking questions. I understand, but you can read the pinned comments. He said, okay. Yeah, I think they're putting something up on the site to answer that question. Next question. If you bought before the snapshot, you will get your tokens and your LP to answer that, Camille, to the person who just asked that question, Camille. To see how much, if any, will this attack affect current roadmap? It will not affect the current roadmap. A couple items are going to be re-announced and pushed back to give them more visibility, like we had released stop losses, but then this happened, and then limit orders V2 are coming as well. The roadmap is extremely strong and bullish and is not dependent on the price of the token, but it is related to the token. If we sold post-hack or we bought, you will get airdropped. This is John. You will get airdropped the number of tokens that you had before the exploit. So if you had 10 tokens before, and then you got 10 from the exploit, and you sold 10, you'll get 0. But if you sold 10 and bought back 10, you'll get 10 originally. Okay. All right. That's the rest of the text questions. So I'm going to take another question from somebody raising their hand who's been here for a minute. This one guy, All Street Alts. Let me see. Let me click on you. I'm going to click on you. All Street Alts is now unmuted.
Hey, man, you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Just a quick question. I read somewhere for Luke, he said that the migration will cost a lot. And so how are you planning, guys, for the future? How are you planning to cover these costs? And also what's the future plans for BOG beside the limit orders that I've seen, snipers, and also the ads I think that they're gonna be deployed.
Also, the what that's going to be deployed?
The ads. I've seen that you are gonna resume again the ads on the platform.
Yes. Well, yes, the ads. Absolutely. So you kind of answered your own question there a little bit. Yeah, he said it's going to cost like $25K the migration because of gas and everything and stuff they've already spent. I'm actually the contact for advertising. Luke runs it, but I deal with the initial communications. And maybe people don't know this, but BogTools is a revenue positive company. They worked very hard on a really beautiful, fast, slick website. And because of that, they're able to continually sell advertisements, which is a very, very common business model for internet companies for the last 20 plus years. And because of that, they have some reserve funds from the ads that I help to sell. And they have been using that to pay for the migration, meaning that the team is basically working for a little bit cheaper for the next few days, but continuing to sell ads. So I think we'll be okay. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, indeed. Just regarding the future plans, like big plans that you have, guys.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, let me just pinpoint something. I truly believe that for such small cap project, I truly believe that you have done an amazing job in handling all these problems. So I'm really happy to be here on board.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here as well and asking a well formulated thought out question. The future plans are still the same. The roadmap stands as strong as ever. The team has already released some of the best tools, in my opinion, for trading on Binance Smart Chain. It's a website that I love it. I have it up on my computer all the time. It's like a beautiful background for my computer, and you have everything you need in one spot. You have your chart, you have a pop-out swap interface, or you can switch to the full screen swap interface. You have limit orders, which they're about to release for version 2 contracts, and for some other dexes too in the works. And you have the sniper, which I don't want to talk too much about because Luke talked about it for a long time. So all those tools should be evidence of the power of the future tools that are being built and will be released soon. So get ready for some really exciting things that everybody on Binance Smart Chain is going to want to use. And there's been some issues with the chain lately, but there's so many users. I think it's here to stay for at least some time. And CZ released an image of the number of users just kind of going exponential. So I think we've just really seen the beginning. It started in September of last year. It's basically in its infancy, and I think we're about to see it really, take off and do some cool things. So BOG is here to stay as the primary trading platform on Binance Smart Chain, and also potentially going cross-chain. I don't really want to get into that, but it's already been mentioned. Okay, let me see. People asked some questions. Text. I think your question got answered about you'll get airdropped if you bought before the snapshot. You'll get airdropped the same number of tokens. If you bought it about an hour ago, you can still sell. You bought for nothing, you can sell for nothing. That's as much as I can say. And read the FAQ. So, all right, no new tags. So I'm going to take a question from this person. Mr. Soldier Boy, Shitcoin Addict. Did you just leave? Because I just unmuted you. Well, too bad. Last Crypto King, you are now allowed to speak. And unmute yourself. Okay, you're unmuted. Okay. Looks like you might be having an audio issue. So I'm going to mute you again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I am back now. No new tags, so we got 194 people here and 10 people with their hands raised. So I'm allowing Killa LOL to speak. You're unmuted. Please speak up.
I don't have a question. My bad.
Excuse me?
I don't got a question. My bad.
Okay. All right. BJ Fence is raising their hand. You're unmuted. Speak up if you would like.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity for providing me this time to talk. My question is, on the chat you posted individuals that before the LP was taken will receive their tokens. Now I want to understand, are you talking about the initial LP pool, the fraudulent LP pool that happened yesterday, or the one that happened, or the one that you guys actually took time to remove in order to manage this migration? Which one exactly are you referring to?
Okay. Thank you for your question. I think this is kind of like one of those things that might help if I clear it up. Again, I think a lot of this AMA might be a bit of a education about blockchain and DeFi. I'm not the best person, or I'm not the most knowledgeable person about the subject, but perhaps I can elucidate some things and shed some light. So there has been one legitimate BOG LP. Well, there's been a PancakeSwap V1 and V2 pool. Okay, the V1 pool is the one on which staking rewards were happening. The V2 pool was created autonomously, voluntarily by people. Well, everything's voluntary, but it was created without the suggestion of. It was just people creating V2 liquidity just because they could, but there was no staking rewards given for that. So but the way that this works is when you create. If you go to the PancakeSwap router right now and you create liquidity, okay, so you want to start a token or you buy into a token, it doesn't matter. Let's say you buy, 20 BOG and you want to make some liquidity. You're offering up your BOG with some of the other underlying asset as liquidity, and you're putting it into a pool, and people can buy, and they can, when they buy, they send BNB into the pool, and the automated market maker sends them back BOG, and the other way around. When they sell, they send BOG to the liquidity pool, and the automated market maker sends them back BNB. So when you offer up your LP tokens, you're offering to increase the strength of the pool and create more liquidity. And what you get in return is like a placeholder. It's like an IOU, very much like fiat currency used to be for gold. And when you get your IOU back, they're called cake LPs. Okay, so cake liquidity pair tokens. It's an IOU that goes into your wallet that says that this person has put up this many LP, and this many LP represents this percentage of the total pool. So when we took the snapshot, we can look at every single person's wallet and see how much LP tokens they had in their wallet. And we can also see how much they had they had actually staked onto the BogTools.io website. And we can see how much they had on the PancakeSwap V1 liquidity as well as the V2 liquidity. All that can be seen because this is a public blockchain. there's on-chain analysis that can be done, and that's what the team is doing and has been doing. That's why the migration is taking a little bit of time, because they want to ensure that all the stakeholders get what they had. So it's not like they're migrating a certain liquidity pool or anything. They're literally finding everybody who had put up legitimate liquidity and giving them new liquidity tokens that represent a percentage of the new liquidity pool. In addition, all those people who get LP will be able to stake their LP to earn continued rewards in BOG. Hope that answered your question. I know it was a bit of a long, drawn-out explanation about liquidity pools, but I think it's important to clear up how these things work, because there's a lot of misinformation about, the new tokens and the old tokens, and why didn't they bring the tokens over in the burn? But we're making a new contract with new tokens and new LP. The old stuff is basically worthless. You can do whatever you want with it, and the new ones will be given as an airdrop to the people who are holding. Somebody asks a question: how can people who sold extra stakes and rebought get? It's one way or the other. Whoever did what, if you sold, then you got something in return, and now you're not going to get those things. If you didn't sell, then you're going to get airdropped. I don't really know how else better to say it right now, but what happened, and we made the best possible decision we could to satisfy the largest number of people and stakeholders. People are asking for compensation. We don't have any compensation for you. We're going to airdrop the new token that will have a claim to the new liquidity, or the existing liquidity. I think Luke has already gone over all these solutions in depth, and it's in the pinned comments and the FAQ, so I'm not going to keep answering that. But to try to explain that better, if that's frustrating, he's saying that the supply would be diluted. That's true, but the market cap will increase very swiftly. So everyone will still be compensated, and they're welcome to buy more and DCA in. So I think it's going to work out for everybody. We can't fix every single issue. We don't have magic powers, but I think that the dev team has done the absolute highest quality and highest level fix imaginable and executable. Someone else wanted to know about the scope that Bogged.Finance was into NFTs. And I was talking to a couple devs. You had great NFTs. Thank you for your question. We do have an NFT in the works. I'm not going to say too much more about it, but you can ask some community members about Sminim. That's also going to be on the roadmap, and it will come out eventually, but we're not an NFT market currently. Legit question, he says. Some talk about the contract releasing 24 hours. No, that's not how it's going to work. It's not going to be a 24-hour lag before people get their tokens. It's going to be done as succinctly and simultaneously as possible, to answer Crypto Freak's question. Danny J asks, I'm planning to use Sniper for the first time. Do you know where to get a list of tokens? People asked Luke this also. They said, what do you have any recommendations for tokens to buy? It's like, buy BOG. Yeah, you can. There's Telegram groups that list every single new token, and there's another website that lists every new token. And I don't recommend just buying random tokens. The best thing to do is do research, look for new projects, go onto their Telegrams, ask questions, do some research, ask about the tokenomics, and then consider if you want to buy into a project. And only after you've really considered if you want to buy into a project and you'd be happy holding the token, then it might be a good idea to try to employ the Sniper. But don't think it's just going to be, a money-making machine for rug pulls. Blue asks, have I been doing this all day? No, we just started again. Luke took a massive shift, like 5, 6, 7 hours or something. And I just kind of took a shower and tried to refresh my brain, and I'm back now. The Batman. I'm not going to disclose those statistics about myself, but I got into crypto before the first crash and the first alt run. Let's just say that. All right, that's all the tagged questions. I am going to give me 1 second. I have to read a message, and we have another tagged question here. I'm not going to repeat it, but Killa LOL asked a funny question. Oh, because I just took a shower. That's funny. Somebody said some pretty funny stuff earlier. The humor that has come from if you don't have a sense of humor about life and this, you're not going to make it. So the people that have a good sense of humor are the people that will survive through any situation. So I really appreciate the people who've had a lighthearted sense of humor about this, and you're going to make it. Someone asked, the question is how to prevent a flash loan. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not a dev. I'm not a coder. I do think to answer your question, hopefully John will get in here and answer that. There's a bunch of articles out about it, but it's basically just writing a better contract, writing better code, and I think that that's going to continue to happen. And perhaps people might even seek the dev team's advice here for to avoid this in the future, since they're fairly knowledgeable about it at this point. It's kind of crazy, the whole memes of people saying learn to code, which is like kind of an insult, but it's true, unfortunately, that computer programmers are going to run the world now and in the near future. Crypto is proving that. Automation is proving that. Okay, what will new supply be? I don't know the answer. It's been said, but I don't want to say what exactly it's going to be, but the truth is they're going to be about 7.5 million tokens less than there was at the time of the snapshot. So you could go back in time and figure that out using on-chain analysis and export it to like an Excel sheet or something. Okay, let's see. It's time to pick on the person who's been waiting patiently. Aaron, you are now unmuted. You can speak.
Hey, bro, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question regarding the snipe tool and the people the holders prior to the hack and the amount that was required to use the snipe tool. Obviously, you know, we invested a fair bit to be able to use that snipe tool. Now there's obviously a lot more people that will be able to use that snipe tool for a lot less value, a lot less money. Now, is there going to be something about that?
Yeah, this has been answered. I think thank you for your question. I mean, you know, it's okay. Luke answered a bunch of stuff, but not everybody could be here for that. Even I was on concurrently with Luke for a while, but then I had to go. So I think he answered this question in detail. So I don't want to repeat what he said. Maybe one of my admin team can say the full answer, but I know that basically they're working on a solution because a lot of people have brought up your exact question. And I think that there is a solution to it because we can figure out who had what when through on-chain analysis and basically give you like a multiplier or something, you know, to make sure like there's other ways to change the sniper priority that are more high tech. You know, there's constant high tech on-chain analysis solutions that the team is coming up with to not only address the questions and these current issues from the exploit, but also that they were coming up with before all this, just to make their tools. You know, sure, there was an exploit in the contract, but the tools that have been created have been really useful and high tech. So I think if you trust in the tools, you can trust that they'll continue to come up with creative solutions to make sure that all of the stakeholders are taken care of as much as possible. Again, we can't make everybody happy. We can't fix everything, but we can do our best to make it, you know, to try to make the best solution for everybody. Okay, 1 second here. All right. Nobody's asking me a text question, so it's time to pick on somebody. Billy, you are allowed to speak.
Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. I used your bot using limit orders, and it was set to buy like 20% down, and you guys removed the LP and dumped, and my bot bought like 2 million bugs. So what's gonna happen with my bugs? And did I lost my 20 BNB?
I'm sorry to hear that. It's kind of crazy that you had 20 BNB buy order, but we'll figure it out, man. Stay with the project, and I mean, the truth is, if you bought right then, yeah, I don't know, there was still liquidity in the contract, so you could have sold, but we'll work it out. DM me or one of the dev team, and we'll take it on a case-by-case basis and try to make it right for you. If you can, all you got to do is provide proof of the limit order and all that, which should be available on chain, and we'll make it. I know, again, people are frustrated that there wasn't a warning, but there was no other way to do it, because had they announced it before, they would have everybody would have sold, and there'd be no liquidity to salvage. So, and it would have rewarded all the people who got the exploited tokens. So they did the best possible thing they could. And I think that there's a few cases, rare cases like you, that were unfortunate, but most of the cases, weren't that bad. So we'll work it out, man. Stay with the project and message one of us and fix it. All right. Getting absolutely blown up in the DM. So I just need to say, unless I have specifically requested that you DM me, you cannot DM me. If you're contacting me about advertisements, you're allowed to do that, and I'll send you the ad text. If you're contacting me about anything else, I'm going to delete your message for now, but after this message, I will block you. If I specifically asked you to contact me, you can contact me, or if you've been told to because of ads. Other than that, I'm gonna have to block you to keep my my DMs a little bit more clear. We're gonna take a text question right now. DM says, shout out to the BOG team along with you and the others, doing a great job as ambassadors and supporters. Thank you for all that you do. LP question: sold to cover original LP cost. No new LP, correct? Trying to determine whether I need to prepare funds to relaunch to buy more. Okay. I'm not sure when you sold, but if you had whatever you had before the snapshot, you'll get again. And if you had it before the snapshot, you'll get it again. If you didn't have it before the snapshot, you won't get it. And if you have funds that you got from selling, then prepare those to buy back at a similar price. Okay. I cannot believe Luke did this for so long. He is an absolute hero. And so somebody just messaged me, and like I said, you cannot message me about these things. I will block you, because what you can do is you can tag me and ask a question in the main chat. Other than that, I will have to delete the message, because all of the it just looks like a scam. So we can answer your questions in the main chat. Okay. Federico has a question. The people who bought after the hack will receive the same amount as those who bought before. Yes, you will receive the same amount. And anyone had the chance to buy after the cheaper price. So sell your BOG tokens you got before. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the tokens right now. I'm not telling you to do anything, but I would not buy or sell. I mean, it's just going to cost you a lot of gas, but you can try to buy, you can try to sell. Don't buy. I mean, you can try to sell, but it's not recommended, because it's probably just going to cost you a lot of gas. Another funny joke from Killa. What time does the new contract? Oh, man. I would say close to that 48-hour window, like the end of it from the snapshot. I don't know anymore. I'm sorry. If flash loans make a whole hacker token, oh god, it's not going to be every token. There's certain tokens that are exploitable. It's unfortunate that ours had an exploit that was not patched up, and now it is. So I'm not sure exactly your question, but man, I'm going to have to delete so many of these DMs. Okay, back to Bogged. Let's let somebody talk here. Not too many people in here. Man. I think I've unmuted you, AMR. And you have about 5. Okay.
Cool. Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
So I was just wondering, with regard to the volatility of the price with yesterday, it kind of just dropped when the guy stole all the liquidity. So did it drop to like 0.001, right?
It dropped to like 18 cents or something. Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Cool. And then someone did a massive buy order and brought it up to like 2. And then did it ever fall below kind of like $1.50 before the 11 p.m.? Because I'm just curious as to how many people were able to buy when it was like cents.
Not many, honestly. I haven't done the on-chain analysis, and I haven't heard from people, but it got back up in price very swiftly. There weren't a lot of big holders created, and those guys kind of, they got sold on anyway. So it was pretty stable all day long. Sure. I mean, yeah, there's opportunities like this. When it happened in Pancake Bunny, a lot of people made a lot of money.
Cool.
There's not much we can do, but doing the best we can. And
No,
I think
super cool about that. I was just curious,
yeah,
like to see.
Yeah, it's not a lot. No, it's a couple lucky people, and honestly, I think those people dumped. So I don't think they're going to end up with post like migration tokens. I think most of those just got in and out. So, but yeah, some people are going to benefit. But I looked at the holders list before a lot of this happened, just after the exploit or before the migration. It wasn't too crazy. I think we're going to end up with a pretty fair distribution, and the token will launch at a cheap enough price that people can afford to get in. And look, there's no such thing as equality. I mean, how many moons have you missed out on, and how many opportunities and how many bad decisions have we all made? But we're doing the thing that's going to offer the best opportunity to the largest number of people. And that other than that, it'll be on a case-by-case basis. So thank you for your question. Are there here the hand raises, or Telegram's being weird about it? Okay, here we go. All right. Zep Lath, you are unmuted.
Hello, Jerry.
Hi.
How are you? I hope everything's fine with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did ask you my question on the direct message, and you did answer me, and that's make me really satisfied. I'm really worried. I just don't understand something on the pinned message. That is that I think you told us that don't buy after the attack. Am I right?
Yes, I think that is correct.
Yes. So I honestly did buy after the attack, and also did buy after the dip, and also have some coins before the attack.
Wait,
So,
which? Oh, the attack. No, they did not say don't buy after the attack. You're not. Are you talking about the snapshot today, or like yesterday?
you took a snapshot.
There's a snapshot today at 11 a.m. UTC. So maybe you're I think the answer to your question is any coins that you bought before 11 a.m. UTC May 23rd 2021 will be airdropped to you on the V2.
Oh my god, your answer is amazing. I like the way you talk. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm happy I could satisfy your question. it is in the pinned message and it is in the FAQ, but I understand that sometimes having somebody speak the answer to you is a bit more elucidating. Okay, Corey Dees, I'm unmuting you. And you have a few seconds to unmute yourself and talk, or are you going back on to the
Hey,
mute?
sorry about that.
Hey, Corey.
After everything with the events resolved, how will the timing for the rest of the roadmap for June, July, August be impacted?
I think that they're going to move the entire 6 months of roadmap up into one day and just hire like 30 people and just satisfy every no, I'm sorry. I don't want to be condescending.
I heard it was 100 people.
100-person team. They're hiring every developer from every token that died in this crash. No, like I said before, the roadmap is pretty much the roadmap. It's I don't think there's much that's going to change. The development goals have been worked on, and really just this was just a small hiccup because it got fixed so quickly and is being fixed so quickly. All the other things have been, it's not like they were just, most teams release a roadmap and they're like, basically we're trying to pump and dump, but we're going to say that 6 months down the line, we're going to have an NFT marketplace and we're going to donate $5 trillion to charity, and we all know those are not real. But BOG, when they put stuff on the roadmap, they usually already have like a kind of working product that they've tested out, which is why they've released so many products. So yeah, the roadmap is the roadmap, and we'll update it slightly when we know more, but it's, those things that they're talking about, they're not just bluffing. They have, the dev team actually makes products, and they're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to answer some of the, some people tagged me in the chat. Is the intent to get circulating supply? No. No, the circulating supply is going to increase from our very outset. People have been asking us to increase the supply. So here you go. Here's your gift to everybody. We increase the supply. People are used to buying tokens that have 4 quadrillion and the price is 0.000001, but our prices our supply is going to be something million, something, between Luke said the number, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be somewhere between 10 and 20, probably like between 6 million and 12 million or something. I'm sure there's a more exact number. I don't feel like saying it, but in that ballpark. And what I'm trying to get across is it's an order of magnitude. Okay. We're not going to have 4 quadrillion tokens, and we're not going to have 1 million or 2 million tokens. It's going to be a multiple of 2 million or something, like 7 to 12. So, yeah, so it's going to be more because more were created and more people bought, and it justified expanding the market cap. So I'd rather not keep answering that question. I think it's somewhere in the pinned message if you read carefully. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying this here. A little bit of research is worth an infinity of panicking. If everyone just did a little bit more reading and a little less panicking, the world would be a much better place. So please try to carefully read the pinned messages in the FAQ, and it will answer most of your questions. Look, someone asked about fairness. It's not about fair. Anybody could have bought at $1. We're doing the best we can, and it's going to go back up because there's so many new buyers. So keep holding. Look, a lot of people lost a lot of money. It's not just BOG, Bitcoin, BNB. Every top 10 coin got destroyed this week. So nothing, and the ratio of BOG really wasn't that much different from what it was at those prices. So the world's not fair, but we're doing the best we can. Everyone's asking for a countdown. I'm pretty sure that there will be a countdown, and there will be plenty of notice. Next question. Oh, you already asked that in the chat. I answered that. I can't answer your block specific questions, but I can tell you that if you block before the snapshot block, you should be fine. And if not, and if you have a concern, just contact us and we'll do a case by case basis. But to Mr. Bad Boy, I believe you'll be fine. 1 second here. All right. Just had to check on my puppy and make sure he was okay. This person asked a long question. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read it. Oof. Look, man, we told everyone to beware of scammers. I don't know what to say. Scammers abound in crypto. People have been making fake BOG contracts and like DMing people saying that they're BOG devs for months now. I don't want to give answers that are harsh, but I think it's okay to say things that help people wake up to the reality of this world and the reality of DeFi. And people get scammed. When I first got into this, I got scammed. It taught me a valuable lesson. If you gave somebody $30,000, first of all, I find that hard to believe. Second of all, I don't know where it's hard for me to believe that you had that much money if you're that. It's going to sound really harsh, but if you're not that savvy, if you're that gullible, I feel really bad for you. Like I feel for you. I have compassion, but you need to take personal responsibility for what, for what you're doing. And you can do some research and figure out, the Telegram had all the information, the Twitter had the info, the Medium had the info. So, I don't know, man, we'll work it out, but I'm not sure what else to say. Don't give the scammer any more money. We tried to send a basically cease and desist to the fake website. Whoever got it up quickly and had that planned. It's really unfortunate. But yeah, I feel for you, man. We'll do what we can. We'll try to talk to you, stay with the project, but sorry about that. Oh, token, no, we're not going to do burns. People are calling we're saying that we're burning tokens, but the truth is we're just, minting fewer ones. So we're just going to have a fair distribution and a fair launch. Next question, mutex or variable puts a lock on call. That's a specific code question I can't answer, but John will have to answer that if you want to forward it to me or something. It sounds like a good question. So you sound knowledgeable. He asked, dive it down and asked a good question, but I can't answer that. But I know that John has done everything in his power to make this contract not have any vulnerabilities. Excuse me 1 second here. Okay, looks like I can pick on there's only 3 people with their hands raised. Be nice to just answer so many questions that nobody has questions anymore. Dinero Krypton. I have crypto money. I've called on you. You are unmuted.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I buy that. After you guys put the snapshot, but I didn't show the snapshot, man. So what's gonna be? And I had before that.
Okay, not 100% sure what your question was, but if you bought before the snapshot, you'll get airdropped. If you had BOG before that, you'll get airdropped. If you bought after, you will not. And it was worthless and you didn't spend much money. And if for some reason you did, we'll work it out and you can contact us. All right, those questions are answered, and I'm still getting DMs. I'm going to keep saying this. If you DM me about anything other than an advertisement or I've told you specifically to DM me, I will block you. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm not going to be able to deal with all this stuff. So, and you can ask me about ads, but we're getting a lot of requests right now. So the prices are probably going to have to go up or something if we get too many requests. All right, back to the chat. Nobody has asked me any questions via text, so I guess they're doing a great answer. The admin admin team is doing the most outstanding job. I cannot imagine what this would be like without the soldiers in the chat answering questions. They've been here all day, all night. So gonna have to start a fund for them. And let's call on a new person here. We got John. You are unmuted.
Hey, first of all, you should probably go to bed, man. You've been up since I don't know what time, and you've been talking on here all day long. So I don't know, dude, man. But, congrats. Next thing, I'm just wondering about the tokens, the burnt. I understand the price is going to vary depending on BNB price and all that. But do you have any idea when those burnt tokens will happen? Is it going to be prior to the migration? Is it during launch?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate your question. And thank you. I appreciate your appreciation as well. So the tokens aren't getting burnt. Okay. The old tokens are the old tokens. There's like a ton of them because of the way that we solve this. The old contract doesn't mean anything. It's worthless. So don't, and it's not like we're taking tokens from that and putting them into the new one. So there's not anything that's getting physically burnt. It's just, there's a new contract being written that's been written, that's going to be deployed, and it will have so-and-so number of tokens, and those tokens will be distributed in a fair way. And that's what's happening. It's not an actual burn. The idea is that the number of tokens before the snapshot will use that number minus about 7.5 million tokens. I hope that answers your question. I feel like it did. Julian asks, shout outs to all the people involved in this project on how you are handling this. I didn't know the product before the hack. Did not even buy any POG reading the announcements, but I saw the projects die without any explanation or be hacked, rugged since 2017. And the way you are handling solving this deserves a lot of respect. Definitely going to buy when the V2 is out. The project has a lot of potential. We really appreciate that, Julian. Thank you. SP4040 asks, the only thing that I've seen missing from their very good risk management plan is a plan to buy back and burn some tokens. Yeah, we don't really have like a ton of buyback funds, and there's nothing to buy back. You'll have tokens that you're going to get airdropped, and you can sell them if you want to. I think there's maybe a bit of a misunderstanding of how this works, and it's probably due to kind of how Pancake Bunny handled it, because they had more funds. They were like one of the largest projects on chain. So they had a bit of a different situation. I think we handled it in the lowest cost way. It's still expensive, but expensive to the team also. All right. Plurat, Plurat, you are unmuted. Have a few seconds to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So was this a flash loan?
That's what they're calling it, a flash loan attack. I mean, it's a bit of a misnomer. Again, I'm not a developer. I'm not a coder. I'm not a super technical person. I just try to explain the technical things to the lay people. I'm like a translator. But basically, there was an exploit in the way that PancakeSwap calculated the rewards given to liquidity holders, and that was exploited through extremely swift movements of liquidity tokens between the contract, I think the staking pool, and it tricked the PancakeSwap router. It tricked the contract into releasing a large number of rewards, which was exploited by John to actually salvage the remaining liquidity. Does that explain it?
Yeah, it does, because I've been told, like, I think 2 weeks ago, to get like everything out of Binance Smart Chain because it got like exploited that this might happen with some projects, but I wasn't sure. Like, none of the project, like even Bunny wasn't then like attacked, so I didn't believe it. But now there's like a couple of projects already getting attacked like this.
Yeah, I think I may have seen that FUD as well, and some of that dealt with the way that the validators fork and then reorganize into a consensus. So,
okay,
I'm not a coder. John could answer it in the future. In that didn't really have something to do with this, but it may have been kind of part of the vulnerability. I think it's being fixed, and all of this is fixable with contracts. All of those issues with the validators of Binance Smart Chain, they're fixable through better contracts and better code. And the same issues exist in Ethereum and any other forked chain, copy chain like KuChain or something. So, or Matic, whatever. So yeah, I saw that FUD about BCS or BSC, and I did worry, but I think all things will rebuild and be stronger in the future.
But
And
once the new
on it.
contract is out, like what's going to be the value of Bogged? Is it
The value will be the value at the time of the snapshot, the amount of liquidity that was taken.
And that was.
I don't know the exact number. It was a few $1 million. Which is you double that because that's the amount of BNB, and then you double that to get the liquidity, and then you take that and you get your price and multiply by the supply to get the market cap, which a lot of people don't understand, but it'll be substantial. And a vast majority of the liquidity was salvaged, so we did really good.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Somebody tagged me here after seeing the Medium article. I thought this was bullish news. Without looking at the price. You'll get, to answer AK's question, you'll get airdropped whatever you had before or at the time of the snapshot. No, we did not reach out to the Bunny team because our solution was completely different and more technically swift and graceful, you might say. Or there's a word I've been searching for all day. I'll come up with. Maybe cogent is the right word. Maybe direct. I'm on the Mellow token team, and we're currently. No, the advertising was not affected. If anything, you got more impressions. Luke can answer that question, and if not, then I'm sure Luke will work it out. I feel like your ads may have been over, though. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask Luke about that. Okay, if devs of other tokens are worried about this happening to them as well, they're able to get in contact with someone to the team. Yeah, absolutely. They can come in here and talk, or they can hit up the team on Discord. Is really the best place. Discord is the best place to ask these type of questions. But we have a Discord. We have a Telegram. They can come and ask. They can come to me, and I'll direct them to the right place. Lots of people are having issues, seems. Oh, to Leon, yeah. You'll get whatever you had before the snapshot to answer that question again. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Vincent Van Dope.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
Well, hello there. I was just making an inquiry regarding my funds, which have been stolen unaccordingly. I must ask, sir, what is the next plan of a solution for myself?
I'm not exactly sure in what regards you're describing your funds, but if you bought BOG or owned BOG before the snapshot, you will be airdropped the equivalent amount of BOG and LP.
So all I have to do was just hold, right?
Yeah, if you held, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic, sir. And will it start at $1 and $1.8?
Good question. And once again, I'm going to keep repeating this, that we cannot know the price of crypto assets in the future, and if we could, we would be quite wealthy. The value of BNB has been changing all day long, and the value of the token will be directly related to the amount of BNB in the contract at the time of launch, and the dollar value of BNB. So we don't know the price, but the price estimate that you said is not super off. The value is going up right now. Bitcoin just went up above 34,000. BNB is back up to 262. So we had a bit of a Sunday dump, and I think we're the market's recovering. Who knows what's going to happen? But just gather your funds, get ready to buy, and be happy and hold. If you can't hold, you won't be rich, as CZ has said. Okay, no tagged. Let's just give another reminder. Reminder number 1, please read the pinned messages. We have a bunch of them. Reminder number 2, read the FAQ being forwarded by the Bogged.Finance Bog.Bot. Reminder number 3, do not DM me. I will block you. The only conditions under which you can DM me are directly related to asking about if you like to buy advertisements on our very, very beautiful and highly viewed charting website, charts.bog.finance. If you want to buy an ad, DM me and say, I would like to buy an ad for my project. This is my project, and I'll send you the info. Other than that, I will not answer DMs unless I've directly said, you and your name, you can DM me about this issue. Other than that, I will. It's funny. I literally saw my DMs go down in saying this. Somebody just deleted their DM. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening and responding. Okay. I think there was another thing I was going to say, but yeah, let's go to some more questions. Thanks for answering everything 5 times. We do appreciate that. Time to close this and stay away from that coffee now. Sounds like you need to. Maybe. I think I sounded more tired this morning, actually. I've actually had a shower and spent some quality time catching up with a friend. Good friends are hard to find. I'm blessed to have a few, and I feel really good now. But yeah, I am a little tired, so I'll let someone else take over here when this is over. Is it possible to know how much BOG I had during snapshot? If you know how to use bscscan.com, then yes. If you know how to use the tools, you can figure out all the answers. KC, can you explain on what basis the airdrop will happen? Will people be airdropped based on what they're... No, I don't want to be rude, but you should read the pinned messages and the FAQ. And people in the chat, my admin team, are answering questions. You'll be airdropped whatever you were holding before the snapshot or at the time of the snapshot. Okay. Next caller. Ben Copo, I'm allowing you to speak. And I call on people and they just leave the chat. Silva, I'm allowing you to speak. Unmute yourself and ask your...
I just had a pretty basic question. I heard that the estimated supply to be burned was like 7.5 million, right? Or is that like the supply?
That's 7.5 million is the decrease. So again, it's not a burn, it's a decrease. So it just means that if you find, I don't want to give specific answers because I have not personally verified the math, and the dev team will release those numbers, but it's whatever the supply was at the snapshot minus 7.5 million, roughly 7.53 something million tokens less. It's not really a burn. It's just a different number being released for the new contract. All right. This guy has been waiting long enough. I acknowledge that your question, Mr. Meyer Khaltoum, I'm allowing you to speak.
Hello, Gary, how are you? Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm going to start by saying, show me the money. Yeah. I love this movie. So listen, with no empathy, just my stupidity. I gave my passkey address to this scammer. I fell for it. He wiped me out of all my tokens, SafeMoon, NFT, whatever, right? The irony of the situation is Bogged made it out of the list because when you pulled the LP, it was of 0 value. So he left the tokens in my wallet, and then I transferred them out to a new wallet, right? So I had worth of 569 Bogged, and it will piss me off. I don't know how the airdrop mechanism works. It will piss me off if he goes back and takes them back because he has
okay. I hear you. I hear you 100%.
He has an automated
no, I got you.
I
understand. Yes. I'm just muting you for a second because there's no feedback. We will make it up to you. In fact, please DM me. You probably already have. DM me. Send me your wallet address, and just make sure that I read the message, and I will do what I can to make sure that that you're good to go. Even if it gets airdropped to that wallet, I mean, first of all, he's probably not going to know, so you can remove it by the time before he figures it out. But either way, no matter what happens, I'll make sure that you get your BOG. I'm going to unmute you just so you can finish your question.
Yeah, so I was saying thank you for the opportunity. I'll DM you with all the details. He has a script on my wallet because when I transferred the bug out, he cleaned me up to again another time. I just had very little for the gas fees, so
Okay.
I don't want to.
Yeah, well-
I don't want to drop it into my old wallet. So
yeah,
we'll figure
yeah,
it out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll either find a way to not get it dropped if it's possible. If it's not possible, then he got some bog, and I'll make it up to you. I got you covered. Don't worry about it. Case by case basis, but you know, if you come in here and air your grievances politely, yeah, I didn't mean to rampage, not rant against you earlier. I kind of read your message. It was a little confusing. I didn't mean to. I was trying to make it clear to people about scams. I feel for you. That's I understand how that could happen to anyone. Like it could even happen to me. What happened to you? So I have a great compassion for your situation. That's really sucks. Maybe we could start a scam recovery fund for people like you, and just generous people might help you out. I've seen it happen before. So if you're polite and compassionate, then maybe they'll come back to you and we'll help you out. But yeah, that's really terrible. Once again, never give out your pass keys, your seed phrase. Never give out anything. Don't even give out your public. I mean, you can send me your public address, but like if you don't know the person, if you haven't had prior contact with them, it's not a good idea to give out any of your information in crypto. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened, but we'll make it work and we'll rebuild back better. Okay. Someone asked me a question. Yeah, Vicky said I can run the fund again. That's absolutely true. Vicky can run a recovery fund. Vicky's one of our community members that just has been here from the beginning and has done a lot of backbreaking work, moderating the chat and answering people's questions, and just tirelessly promoting BOG for basically 3 months now. So we'll work that out. Thank you for the offer, Vicky. That's very nice. And I'll get in touch with the people who've aired their grievances politely to try to help those people. Ian Wee asks, what's the scam people are falling for? To answer your question, I don't know. You can DM, I forget his name, but he can DM you or you can DM him and he can explain exactly what happened. But there was a fake website put up and a fake Telegram. Man, I'll tell you what, the hackers stay 2 steps ahead of a lot of people. There's a lot of money in scamming people, and you got to be aware. You gotta know what you're looking at before you give anyone anything. But they're quick and they're feisty. How many new Telegram members from the attack? A lot, man. We over doubled. We had before 7,500, maybe 8,000. We over doubled our Telegram numbers. All right, let's see if we can. I only got a few hands raised. All right, Safe 350. You've been here for a while.
Hey man, how's it going? I wanted to say good work so far. I mean, you're a pretty cool guy. You've answered every question, but I wanted to ask for the website BogD.Finance. What services are available right now? What can you use? Since the old contract has been it's pretty much useless now. What can we use?
Yeah, good question. I actually haven't gotten asked that question before, so maybe I should give prizes out to people who ask new questions. I might actually do that. And maybe it'll incentivize people to read the pinned messages. You know what? I'm going to do that. If you ask a question that hasn't been asked, that at least I haven't heard before, and that isn't in the FAQ or that's not obvious, DM me. I'm telling you, you specifically, and I will, once the migration happens, I'll take care of you. Okay. So, to answer your question, I believe all the services are active. I believe BogSwap works, but don't buy Bog. You can trade whatever you want on there. It's all the tech still works. The limit orders, I'm not sure about the limit orders. Need to get an answer from Luke here. I believe he was in the chat, but they might still work just fine. But because the amount that they cost was in Bog, that might change. So the sniper still works. Basically, the sniper is on a free trial right now. So go wild. That's going to change. we're going to obviously change the contract to reflect the new contract for the sniper. But for now, go wild. It's free trial day. And all the other functions work. The charts work. It's basically sniper limit orders, but limit orders were only for V1, so people were really waiting for V2 to come out anyway. So we'll re-release that, and it'll be perfect. So basically, the BOG swap works perfectly. It works better than Pancake Swap. I haven't used Pancake Swap in, I don't know, literally since BOG swap came out. I haven't had to use Pancake Swap. It just works so much better. So hopefully that answered your question, and maybe we can get see if Luke has any. Luke's not in here, so anyway, I probably wouldn't be. You can try the limit orders. They're not expensive to try. You can just do a test, but if they work, they work. All right. Who's been here a while? Diggs. You're unmuted. Did you just leave the chat? People like to disappear when I unmute them. Okay. Nathan Lee, you are unmuted.
Hi there. So I just have a small question. I have not figured out the new tokenomics. Let's say I have 500 before. I have 500 BOG before the snapshot, and when the new BOG airdrop come in, like I receive exactly 500, or the amount is changed.
You'll receive whatever you had, whatever legitimate tokens you bought or had that were if you bought 500 BOG anytime before the snapshot, you will be airdropped 500 BOG V2. The difference in the tokens comes from a reduction in the illegitimate staking rewards that are being erased. But people who bought were not taking their money, were not taking their tokens. It wouldn't be fair. Anyone who bought will be airdropped the amount that they bought. It was a great buying opportunity, and you'll be rewarded for taking a risk. Okay. Matt Voltbit. You've been unmuted.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. Just wondering, do you have any ET for the new contract?
Oh, a lot of noise in your channel there, but I think you asked when the new contract's coming out, and it's going to be sometime in the next 48 hours or 48 hours from the snapshot. And yeah, we'll make an announcement. Like, I'm going to keep saying this. The best thing that you can do is to keep an eye on the announcements channel and enable notifications only for that in Telegram, disable for everything else, and put your notifications on, and you'll get a notification when we announce the announcement. Okay. All right, Moneymaker. You're unmuted. Oh, he left? Man. Oh, there you are. Okay. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're muted again. Okay. Oh, please, if you really want to ask me a question, tag me in the main chat and ask it to me in text form. Do not wait for me to call on you, because it's high demand and low supply of me calling on people in the voice chat. All right. Is BOG going to have our own liquidity pool? I believe the liquidity pool will be launching on PancakeSwap for now. Cannot really answer too many more questions about that. Yeah. 1 second. What would that be? Vicky, I responded to your question. If you had an answer for me. Give me 1 second here to deal with just a couple messages. And once again, do not DM me unless I've asked you to or you're asking about an ad. You will be blocked. Thank you, Vicky. You are my hero. All right, somebody asked me a question. I just got here. Will the new BOG sniper require? I cannot answer questions about the sniper, but I know that we will do our best to change the dynamics and the requirements of the sniper to be as fair as possible to everybody. Thank you for accepting that answer, my humble answer. Do new buyers use the contract in PCS V1? Don't buy any BOG right now. When the new contract is released, it will be V2. And it will be announced, and there will be a link. And guess what? You'll be able to go to Bogged.Finance/swap, and you will be able to buy BOG there as easy as possible, easier than any other method. So now we go back to answering some questions from, again, if you want to ask your question and I'm not calling, and you type it into the chat and tag me, and I will answer it the best I can. Okay, Drew F., I'm allowing you to speak.
Hi, I just wanted to clarify a point on the Medium article. So under the question, how will stakers be compensated for lost staking rewards? There's just this one point in the answer that says the majority of these staking rewards will not be migrated over and will instead be burned. So does that mean all of the illegitimate gains from stakers won't be burned, or is it just saying like the staking rewards prior to the exploit will still be rewarded to stakers?
Yeah, good question. In fact, that I think goes on the list of questions I haven't heard before. So if you felt like DMing me, you're welcome to, Drew, because you asked a question that I haven't heard before. I don't have a perfect answer for you, but I know that the developers are working on a solution that isolates the most heinous of the rewards. So potentially maybe there was some rewards earned on the way up, and those will probably be fine, but anything earned from the dump will probably be discounted and not migrated over. So I don't have exact numbers for you, but if for some reason you really got screwed, again, this is a public blockchain. Everything's provable, and you can hop back on BSC scan and go investigate your wallet status and try to prove to us if you know why you were not airdropped the correct number, but I think you'll be fine. Julian asks, for what I've seen in the doc, the tools provided by this amazing project are directly connected to PancakeSwap. Is there any plan in the future to offer to other automated market makers? Yes, there is. Very soon, hopefully, there will be these tools offered to others. In fact, you can go buy right now on BogSwap, Bogged.Finance/swap. And it will route you through the most ideal liquidity pool. And if you notice, one of those pools is the ApeSwap pool. So if a token is listed on PancakeSwap and ApeSwap, Bog.Finance/swap will give you the best price from either pool, the best possible price from either the ApeSwap pool or the PancakeSwap pool. And potentially in the future, we might see more options there. All right. Will the shame token and GMI be included in the next version? I believe the answer to that is yes, in some form. Maybe you haven't seen this. The only thing that I've seen missing from good risk management buyback. No, I answered that question. There's no buyback and burn. It's just relaunching and helping people out on a case by case basis if they didn't get airdropped the right amount. Okay. Ad revenue. Well, hey man, we'll do the best we can to compensate people if the airdrop doesn't work for them, but we don't have that much ad revenue. It's mostly going to the actual migration cost. Basically, they have no money left after that. I mean, not no money, but that's a huge part of our budget right now is paying for this migration. So be grateful for that. We'll work everything out on a case by case basis, and I think there'll be some people that'll end up with more than they felt like they should have had, and I know one person who's probably going to donate some, and we'll start a charity fund. So let's see if let me see here. Okay. Thanks, Vicky, for that answer. I'll try to use that. Keep them coming if you have critiques or helpful, whatever. I'm reading your messages. Okay. Well, it's calmed down quite a bit. Maybe I'm talking people to sleep. I'll just keep talking and ranting, and eventually everybody listening will have fallen asleep, and you'll just get the best sleep of your life knowing that you're safe. Your funds are safe because the BOG dev team is adept at handling complex situations. All right, TR Crypto, now's your time to shine. I'm unmuting you.
All right, finally. I've been waiting the whole time. Okay, so my question is, I'm kind of fairly new to crypto, like a month or two. My question is, the people that bought in after, I guess the screenshot is what you're saying. I bought in yesterday, but I'm still asking this. Why aren't y'all giving like the equivalent to what they bought in when the new coin comes out? So if they bought in at 300, why don't y'all give them the $300 worth?
Look, there's dollar values change every single second in crypto. If you bought 300 tokens legitimately, you will be airdropped 300 tokens. It doesn't matter when you bought. It doesn't matter when you bought. You bought the tokens. The values go up and down. They're probably going to go up after launch. We're going to airdrop you the same number of tokens you bought legitimately, and that's all we can do. We can't do anything else.
No, I understand that portion that you're saying. If you bought prior, that they're going to get the equivalent to it. What I'm saying is the ones that bought after.
Oh, like if they went in with a BNB worth like $300 worth after. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We don't have a good way to mitigate that right now, but again, case by case basis, we'll consider if you air your grievances politely and succinctly with research and facts to support your case. We'll do our best to help you out. That's all I can say about that right now.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was just trying to figure out, because I would think it would be beneficial because then it would increase the value of the token if they were purchasing at the amount that they.
We didn't. Okay, it's just. Anything. Here's the thing. Anybody who bought the token after the migration began, we didn't get any of those funds. So if those funds were removed from liquidity pool, they were removed by people who bought and sold. So there's really not much we can do about it. We're doing the best we can for the highest number of people, but again, I'm sure there'll be a charity wallet, and we'll do our best to help people out on a case by case basis. I'm sure I'm going to be answering DMs for the next 12 months about this. BOG is here to stay. I'm sure I'll find someone will wake up to their wallet in 12 months and say, what happened? And I don't know. So not going anywhere. Okay. Shin-chan, I have a new question for you. How long have you and the team been awake? Getting enough rest? I can't speak for anybody else. To tell you the truth, I have been yawning and muting my microphone. I was feeling really good when I started this, and perhaps I'm lulling myself to sleep, but I smell some food cooking in my house, and I think that me eating something may give me some sustenance. The sustenance may give me some energy. So I've been awake since I've only been awake for 13 hours now. Nothing crazy yet. I'm used to pulling 48-hour shifts, and I think John and Luke have me beat. So I'm trying to do my best to cover for the guys that actually need more rest than me, who actually need to code and to develop things. But yes, we appreciate your question and your concern and your support at this trying time. All right, we got, oh, there you are, Diana Garcia. You are allowed to speak.
Hey there. Thanks for taking my question. I have two of them, real quick ones. How were y'all able to get notified so quickly when this guy infiltrated you? I didn't know if that was part of the programming system. And the second question I have is, in my pancake swap right now, I still have approximately 81 cents from the 3,100 or so tokens that I have. Well, what's going to happen to that, or is that just a wash at this point? Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for your question, Diana. If you have tokens right now, you could try to sell them, and I don't know if you'll be successful because the gas will be more expensive than the value of the tokens. So probably best just to keep them as a souvenir, but you will be airdropped the amount of BOG you had before the snapshot or at the time of the snapshot. That was your second question. So basically the second question answers there's not much going on with that, and you can try to sell them, but they're probably just worthless. And then the first question was how I was able to fix it so quickly. The devs were awake when it was happening and saw what was going on and jumped in and edited the code of the contract before and basically disabled staking rewards. So there's not a lot. There were only a few functions of the contract that were editable. It wasn't like a fully unlocked contract. It wasn't a rug pull. It wasn't, the liquidity wasn't unlocked. It was just that there was a few functions that John left in there, which have been known from the beginning that could be edited. And he turned off staking rewards to end the attack. I'm going to pause here. All right, two ways to get your question answered. You raise your hand or you tag me in the chat. Once again, I will not respond to DMs unless I have specifically requested that you message me and or you want to pay us money for advertisements on our beautiful, fully functioning, fully featured website. Do not DM me. I will ban you. I will block you. Okay, we got Full Helmet Crypto. You are unmuted.
So what happens? I just got into this yesterday after it crashed. What happens now that they pulled? Is there going to be a token switch?
Yeah, can you just read the pinned messages, the Medium article, and FAQs? I'd rather not. I'm kind of getting tired.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my dog barking. Okay. Vicky had their hand raised. I was really excited to call on you and unmute you. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I know you're going to stay muted, but I was just brought a beautiful plate of food, so we'll see how quickly I can eat that. All right. I'm going to allow Dark Side of the Moon to speak here. All right. You have, okay, I don't know what happened there. Kind of the same people